Alright YouTube, welcome to another video. Probably just a little one. I've got a track day booked at Thruxton, which I'm really excited about. It's the first time I will have driven there, so I'm a bit concerned because I think they're probably the worst track in the country for the noise limit. So I think they've got a 90 decibel static limit. The exhaust on the Mini before I swapped it was 89 according to Carscoom. Not sure if the new one is louder. I would imagine it's louder, but don't know. So I'm not going to risk it. So I basically bought a few bits to make some exhaust baffles that just go on in the tips. So sort of detachable ones. So what I'll do is I've got a track day at Carscoom book first. So I shall test the exhaust with and without the baffles, and hopefully they make a bit of difference. And I can use them for the Thruxton track day, just to be sure, because I don't want to go all that way and find that I can't go on track. That'd be really annoying. Anyway, let me show you what I bought. The exhaust tips are 3 inches on that exhaust. So I've got some 3-inch pipe. I've just measured up. I think it's about 7 inches of pipe I sort of reckon I'll need. These are the baffles. So yeah, obviously they're designed for 3-inch exhausts. You can see where it reduces it at the front, a few holes in the side. Obviously 2 of them, and I've got these which I'm going to use with these clamps to attach it. You can see one of these on the back of the exhaust already. I was just checking it fit. Probably have to drill a hole through at this end just to stop them falling out, and hoping that these clamps are good enough to hold it to the exhaust tips. I might try see if I can attach maybe like a chain or something that goes from here to the back of the car, so if they fall off they won't go far. Anyway, we shall see. So I've fished out a couple of bolts and nuts. I figure if I put one on each bit of pipe to hold the baffle insert in place, hopefully that'll be enough. So I'll probably just clamp that and then just drill a little hole through there. This is the baffle insert in case anyone's interested. Bolted them all up. As you can see, it's a bit of a pain. You have to sort of stagger these because there's not enough gap between the 2 pipes. I've done them at a slight angle so these bits don't come into contact on the inside. So one problem has arisen that I didn't think about is the added weight of these has tipped the back box down, which made the centre pipe, normally it's like that and it's fine, but yeah, the centre pipe's hitting the middle of the car now. Oh god, I've just been lying under the car trying to figure out what to do about the exhaust. Annoyingly, it sort of suits it better to be upside down. See, this is upside down, so there's less hanging down at the bottom, which is good for clearance, and it just kind of fits better. So I'm thinking of fitting the back box upside down. Maybe I'll put some different, I'll sort of bolt on some tail pipes, just otherwise these are slightly angled up and it would look daft. The only thing is I need to get some exhaust hangers on the underside now, because the other one's just too far away from the hangers. So yeah, I have to try and buy a couple, weld them on sort of in the sort of same sort of place as these ones. Yeah, see if that sorts it out. These are the latest incarnations of the hangers I've been putting together. I did try with these extra long ones and then the regular size ones, but they weren't quite long enough, so yeah, I've had to get some more longer ones. So I've got 2 of these made up. As you can see, the exhaust is coming out again. No matter how much I tighten this clamp, it just doesn't hold the exhaust tight. You can just pull them apart. So that's pretty shit, to be honest. It's crap. So I'm going to have to do some more useless welding and weld that section, and then this whole bit then will just be one piece. Exhaust has been welded very poorly. But yeah, at least it's not going to keep slipping out now and sliding around. So yeah, just got to get that back on now. Exhaust is back on again. It's pretty good height now. See how much clearance there is to the bumper, and then there's just like enough for some fat fingers to get through. And now there's no chance of it hitting the that center heat shield, which is good. The only thing I'm questioning is, because this rubber is close to the back box, so that's going to get very hot and probably melt. Will that be an issue? I don't know, because the bottom hole is not used, it's the one up from there. So I'm just wondering whether I switch to just one in the middle, so then that moves across a bit away from the back box. It's not so bad this side, there's a bit more space. Yeah, not sure. So yeah, there's enough pissing around with the exhaust. It doesn't look too bad. I thought it might look a bit strange, slightly angled up the tips, but I'm sure someone will have great pride in telling me that my back box is upside down, then I'll have to explain why. But anyway, so hopefully the next thing you'll see is the results of the baffles. So guys, the baffles are on. Yeah, unfortunately the new exhaust is like, I think it was 104 decibels. I can't believe I've gone from like 91, I think, with the old exhaust to about 104. So yeah, Coscream's got a limit of 100. So unfortunately the baffles have come on and it took it down to 100, so they seem to have chopped off 4 decibels. So yeah, I'm gonna have to do something different for Thruxton. I might have to keep the old exhaust and put that on, I think, for Thruxton, unfortunately. So there we are. I was so surprised when I took it for the sound check before I put the baffles on, and it was like, yeah, it's 104. I was expecting it to be like 94 or something like that. But luckily, yeah, the baffles got down to 100. Obviously you don't get to see the results, so you've got to go on the word of the guy doing it. So if I can sort of know that can take 4 decibels off. So for Thruxton, I'm going to have to put the old exhaust back on. I wanted to sell it, but yeah, I'm going to have to keep it for a Thruxton exhaust. I'm going to have to modify the baffles to fit on that one. Both exhausts have got 3-inch tips, but the other exhaust is a lot shallower at the end, so I need to make the baffles longer to fit on the end of that. So hopefully, yeah, if that's sort of 90-91 and these knock off 3 or 4, then I should be right for Thruxton. What I will do at some point when I get some time is put a sort of centre slimline silencer on the straight exhaust and then measure that again, so keep an eye out for that one. Hopefully I can get it down. I'd like to get it down to 100, and then with the baffles then I can go to tracks that are sort of 96 and above, which is most tracks, I think, really. But yeah, sometimes you just wish that you'd never tried to create a new exhaust and just stuck with the old one, but you know, I've got no battery box anymore, so you know, you've got to go for a straight exhaust, and you to get some better flow, and like a bigger diameter one, 2.5 inch one. Anyway, thanks for watching as always. Please like and subscribe, and I shall see you on the next one. Cheers guys.